Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show you how to write your first Apex trigger in Salesforce. Suppose in a scenario we have a business requirement that says whenever a new user is created in Salesforce, allow forecasting checkbox should get checked automatically, and this we cannot achieve using workflow. So we will go ahead and use a trigger to perform this task. Alright, so in order to do that, we have to go ahead and click on Setup and then get into Customize. And over here, just scroll it down a bit and look for Users, because we are going to write this trigger on User Object. Alright, and under User, click on Triggers. And then over here, click on New to create your new trigger. Alright, this is how the first line of your Apex trigger looks like. So it has trigger and name and a user object event. Alright, so name is optional. You can write any name for your trigger. So right now I will go ahead and add enable forecasting, and in the event I will write before insert, because I want this trigger to fire as soon as I save the record. Alright, so now I'll just go ahead and write for loop. User U is the variable, trigger dot new. So do not get confused by looking at this second line of code, because every trigger you're going to write in Salesforce will have almost similar for loop. Just the object name or the variable name will be different. So in normal talk, that means that whenever a new user is created, just perform everything whatever is there in curly brackets. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and use variable u, which I have added for user object, and then we need API name for enable forecasting. For that we can just get into fields under user. I'm opening it in a new tab, and over here look for allow forecasting. Alright, we have allow forecasting here, and this is the API name or field name for allow forecasting. I'll just copy it and paste it in our trigger, equals to true, and then semicolon. That is it. In order to achieve this task, we just have to write this 3-line of trigger, which is very easy and simple. And now let's go ahead and see if this trigger works perfectly fine or not. Alright, so let's get into this screen, new user screen. I have entered all the mandatory information right now, and if you look at allow forecasting, it is still unchecked. Let's go ahead and save this record and see what happens. Alright, if you look at allow forecasting, it has a check mark now because it automatically checked because of our trigger. Let's get back to our trigger. If you look at this code coverage, we still have 0% over here. This trigger is working fine, but it has not been deployed yet. To deploy a trigger, we must have a code coverage up to 75% and above. So in order to get sufficient code coverage, we have to write Apex test class, which we are gonna learn in our next video.